What the heck is Mother Load? A real card? You making stuff up? Alright. We're sending it. Okay. Lorehold, the Historian. 5-mana 5/5. Flying Haste. And that's about all the good parts of the card, unfortunately. Spells have Miracle. And you get to loot on your opponent's turn, which is neat. This is a lot more friendly in multiplayer, where you can loot a lot more than just once per turn cycle. Like your opponent's turn and then yours. Against 3 people, you keep doing this over and over. And you actually don't do it on your own turn, interestingly. I'm surprised it doesn't say each upkeep, like if it was your upkeep as well. Maybe that's a bit confusing, because like you would draw on your turn, see the miracle, do the thing, and then forget that you actually still had to like do the other draw, the loot. But it's your opponent's turn, so looting 3 times is kind of interesting before it gets back to you, but you just don't have that in 1v1. Also, the spell options in Historic Brawl, or Magic Arena in general, are really just not there at all. I'm sure there's people that would demand that I play the crazy goofy things anyways, of the ones I own at least, but man, do a lot of these just not feel amazing. Like even sweepers, you just kill your own Lorehold, and like what have you done? Fire Blast, well, that doesn't really count. This kills your own commander. This is the kind of deck, because it has so many artifacts. Armageddon is in the game. I don't know why, but Armageddon's in the game. You have so many artifacts that tap for mana. You could probably play Armageddon and just hose people with it. But that's applicable to a lot of decks that just do the mana rock thing. And what I said earlier was you treat others the way you want to be treated. I don't like mass land destruction personally, so I say that, but I think keeping people honest with Winter Moon and Blood Moon is different than just blowing up every land. And really, you can only cast it if you're ahead, in my opinion, but you know, chaos is chaos. But for the big spells we have, I have like very few. Brass's Bounty, I'm crafting this thing. Someone said it was good. I glossed over it, said it was the only one that probably wasn't good, but it probably actually is really, really good. So it's just here. I just glossed over it when I said it was meh of the cycle. I think I have the white one. I do have the white one in here. Really not much to do with it, but if you get it off, then you just always have your commander, because they can't like stop you from doing this on your commander all the time. But yeah, there's really just not a lot of exciting things. There is this card. I don't own it. I can't get access to it because of my... It's up here at the top right. But this is the one notable one that I don't have that is probably worth considering. I do like it. You do Miracle from your hand. It doesn't just reveal the top and then cast it for 2. So yeah, that's that. But for the 6 and up spells, and anything cheaper than 6, you've displayed the ability to cast a 5-mana card, so you don't really need to discount a 5-mana card, because you can just cast it because you have the mana to cast a 5-drop, is my philosophy there. But this is absolutely not an all-in on the Miracle thing and hope to hit something spicy. Unfortunately, it's also in red-white, so you don't have the exceptionally egregious things like extra turns, or like whatever the crazy black spells are. There's actually quite a few nice black spells that would be cool here. Green would be maybe a bit weird, but yeah, the red and white's just kind of all over the place. You can sort of manipulate the top of your deck. We don't have Sensei's Divining Top. But there's like scry cards, I guess. It just seems crazy to me to try to rely on that type of thing. But we do have a Madness card. Look at it. Look at it. I've Madnessed this, I think, once or twice ever, and both times it was really funny. It's also just castable here. I could probably have a sneak attack package, but I don't right now. I want to win games, at least, you know, more than one. So I have ways to actually win the game when this inevitably does nothing. So I have Kodo, I have Paradox Engine Ring, I have Tajik. This is or was banned in the ranked format thing. It just straight up, you could not play this card. I suppose they found this strategy to be an isolated nightmare that doesn't need assistance from the deck, and they're like, all right, this playing on turn 3 with the mana rock is too good. Kind of surprised, but I can see it. It's extremely annoying, and it seems like one of those quote-unquote one-card win conditions. A Johnny without a red permanent is still probably just that egregious, and Flage is in here because Flage is somewhat like that. You know, it's just an annoying threat. We do have Monument for the loot of this, but relying on this for anything, even if your deck is 55 spells to me, seems insane. But if you do like the Miracle a big score and cast it for slightly cheaper, and then also use your mana on your opponent's turn to then suddenly have another Miracle spell, and then it just starts to get unrealistic real quick. But there are Spells Matters cards. I guess the other LVD in my chat was saying it had like Double Vision and Arcane Bombardment, which I did consider Arcane Bombardment. I did. But I went the Artifact Ramp package way. It's if this dies, you gotta kind of, you know, get it back and stuff, and it could be kind of hard to do that in a red-white deck. I don't know how many like games you have to play to get 3 wins for a YouTube video with like Double Vision in my deck, but I'm not doing that, so let's send it. There is a type of person where they confuse criticism with personal insults, and it is tragic. I'm not saying you're not. You're 99% of people are not that, but sometimes get those people. This is actually a hand I can play the game with. That's cool. What am I up against? What is this? 2/3 Vigilance, put 2 time counters on a non-land card in exile that was put there from your graveyard this turn. Okay, that's a lot of text, but it's kind of cool. It's like my commander, except on the other side. That's neat. I like this. No turn 1 gamble. I refuse. Alright, well, they're off to an excellent start. Doesn't have haste, but I can't kill it. They did not cast their commander. I am deeply confused. I don't understand. Does my opponent read Solitude? Well, they can't do anything about Solitude, so I don't get it. Do you have haste? No, you just... Alright. Alright, found a way to win the game. That's cool. I guess I'm not doing anything about this. I feel like I shouldn't, because they can just recast it and then I lose Gamble. Though I really don't want to cast Gamble. I'd like to win the game. Okay, they don't have... Oh! It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. Alright, let's... Alright. I just can't catch a break. Don't you protect the... Wait, if you... I don't care if you protect this. You could just recast it anyways. It doesn't matter. Does that just go back to the Fury? It does. I feel like I would just kill Fury. Or just let that happen. Oh, no, this kills Fury. It actually kills Fury. That's probably valuable. Discard, draw. Okay, that's something I might like. Your first main phase draws. Okay, sure. So, display... Can I please do 2 things in a turn? That would be great. Ugh. Whatever. Whatever. 5/5 flyer. Let's get rid of you, actually, because I like my whole hand and it's hard to get rid of it. I don't have to reveal that. I can Miracle 2 my 1-minute card. That's pretty cool. I'm sure people charge all the time. If you get, like, popular enough, you just can't spend time reviewing people's decks for free anymore. You know, you get like 100 people talking to you. you'd be held hostage reviewing people's decks. But I mean, I'm not the same dimension of that, obviously. Okay, what did they exile the 3 cards? Okay, they got rid of their own sweeper for their commander, which is a bit interesting. Maybe that means something. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I could just wing it, but I really do not have to wing it. My opponent is not pressuring me. I do not have to just, like, put a turn gap in this Godot nonsense here. Solitude. I'd rather do this, and then display the ability to cause serious problems. I don't have Portal to Phyrexia in my deck. It keeps Miracle. Okay, I didn't know that. I'm going to be 100% honest with everyone. I did not know it's forever a Miracle card. Didn't know that. That makes it a lot better. It does make it better. That gives me more options. I just didn't know that. I didn't know that. We have more options now. That's exciting. I still don't have a ton of options, but I mean, that is cool. Also, I do actually have Portal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, beautiful. Wasn't sure if I had Portal, but I do. Bloop. Hey, look at that. Look at that. We actually won in Lorehold, kind of did stuff. Sort of. I mean, the Miracle thing didn't, but the looting was cool. Wow, wait a minute. Let me just triple check that. Yeah, it's just in your hand. In your hand. It just has Miracle, but that doesn't mean you can cast it for Miracle. I got confused for a second. Not having a 2 feels just so bad. I'm playing Arcane Signet and our opponents are just playing Badgermill Cubs. So there's... one of us is not like the other. But wait, there's more. Was this Mockingbird? It's not Mockingbird. Creature or meta value. Okay, that just whiffed. Interesting. I suppose I'm just gonna do this on Firemind Vessel. And then I have to do this so my opponent doesn't completely ignore me with green spells and stuff. Or slow them down a little. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh my goodness, we did something. And that something is actually pretty good. We did it. Look at that. We beat Badgermill Cub Winter Elves. Look at that. Oh, the 2-mana rocks do exist. They do. We did it. I don't know what I'm looking for immediately here, but I'm sure it's something. Yeah, I'll take a land here. Yeah. Oh, look at that. When this happens, I feel like I should just concede every time. The green 1-drop just puts the fear of God in me. It's just so egregiously powerful. I can't even kill Grist unless they don't have anything, which I guess is possible. Not likely. Let's grab a red. I think doesn't matter too much, but my commander does have haste, so something could happen. But then they could just recast Grist and just really not care. But I gotta do what I gotta do, so. No, if nobody ever holds grief, like ever. I'm probably the only person on the planet that does that. I don't think it's grief. It's probably Flare of Cultivation. No, it's not Flare of Cultivation. It still could be, and they just want to leave a removal spell. So I will cast Paradox Engine, because I find that to be problematic for my opponent, and they have to do some weird stuff to deal with it. This plays around what I am confidently assuming is a removal spell. Wasn't expecting Endurance. I don't know the last time I've actually seen someone cast that. Okay. Interesting. I like it. It's got reach, so... Like, you know, trying to kill Grist, they could just recast it anyways. It just doesn't matter. Oh, they missed a land drop, though? Wait a minute. What does Grim Tutor get? Probably a land, right? Golgari Rot Farm. Wonder if I Swords Bird. Because they just don't have mana. Endurance is wild. They didn't get a land. So if I hit birds and they don't draw land, maybe this is just... Oh, or I could almost immediately win. I don't think I'm consistently winning by casting this without another mana rock. So I think I will just do this now. I know this is like not One Ring Engine nonsense, but I don't know if I like one mana rock with the thing going. Alright, please tell me I did something significant to you. There is no reanimate target. I'd be a bit surprised if that's what they chose, but that is what they played. They can't swing with the 1/1s anymore. Huge. Okay, now... Oh, wait a minute, I can do this. Oh... Oh, beautiful. Just how we drew it up, sort of. They do not have to double block that. There was no reason to double block that. Oh no, it actually dies. No, it sticks around. It sticks around. Never mind, I'm so used to the haste nonsense doing other things. Haste tokens, but it does stick around. It's worth killing. They do want to kill Solitude, which I guess is as free as it's going to get, right? You might as well. Other Grist. Okay. Land. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Does this kill Planeswalkers? It doesn't. Does that change anything? Kinda? Maybe I like full stop want to just exile number of creature cards in your grave. I think I want to exile the Grist. I think I want to exile Grist. And I don't want to cast the One Ring. For the same reasons. I did now find something, so we can go in next turn. I could have probably gone in earlier, but again, with only just one, it seems really reckless. I wish I had more confidence in what they chose as the Grim Tutor target. Maybe it is a removal spell. They surveilled a land on top. Alright, well, I mean, that's an honest way to go about it, sure. Okay, so tap that, play this. This might be a window where I can probably play my commander as well. But obviously doing this first is better. Okay. Didn't hit anything spicy. I could have done this instead. I I don't like that. Unholy Annex. Alright. Opponents in the honest department. We like honesty here. So, at this point, it's gonna be pretty likely to just win. But we shall see. Oh, I forgot to tap my one ring there. Let's play you. I could probably generate enough colorless to cast Emrakul. But I can also just generate enough normal mana to cast Emrakul. 12. Alright, QQ time. I think we got it. It's only going to get... Okay, I almost 100% have it here. I don't even have to tap the one ring every turn. Or every untap. I'll do one more at least. But now I can do it until I get enough for approach the second sin. And then also be able to draw approach. Alright, we got an approach win. Not really what I set out to do with the one ring, but that does do it. I should have just cast Lightning Bolt there, actually. Yeah. I just needed a way to net mana once. Hey, it's Brass's Bounty. And Random Dragon. Beautiful. Same dragon again. Bajillion tokens. Alright, where are you? Sweet. My opponent also let me do it. Look at that. Found one. What does this do? Negative combat, mill 2, flying, image, sure. So I will play Sweeper next turn? No. I could just play Tajik and not care if I sweep my own stuff. Swing. Oh, opponent. Hey, Blood Moon. That could be very problematic here. I think I'm going to take a turn off and play this. My opponent just didn't do anything on turn 2, so I'll just pull ahead mana-wise. I think that's fine. If they play another Blood Moon worthy target, I will lose double white. It would have been a Blood Moon worthy target, and it still most likely will be. So I could sweep and then hit the Blood Moon here. If I draw planes, life is exceptionally good. Not quite the same as the planes, but I will use this opportunity to get, well, yeah, I gotta get rid of this. Okay, not the right colored land, but it's still a land. And then I'll play Blood Moon, and can you win without black? Oh, my opponent discarded Flage. I didn't even notice. Flage. I'm sure they can function without black mana. Sure they can. Even another white land lets them cast Flage, huh? And I'm sure there's like 5 to 10 swamps in here somewhere. Okay. I think we're always playing more mana. Let's play you. See what they do, which is very likely nothing. And then we try to get in there with Tajik. I could get in there with my commander, actually. I do have this. But Tajik's indestructible. I deem that quite important. No, but they don't have black mana, so I could actually go here instead. But I want to wait till the monument's in play. Alright, I'll wait till the monument's in play. That probably makes a lot more sense. I'm just going to tap that so it stops holding priority for 6 years for no reason. Alright. 1 card combo. Get in there. With a fairly decent backup. This does have haste. It is just Lava Axe. Lava Axe in the command zone, sometimes that's all you need. Okay, they did reanimate their commander. Let's go ahead and not care about that. I'm not going to hold back a blocker, I'm just sending it. I will do this because of Monument, and I will do the Drain. Well, because I drew Flage, I'll take another card. I'll take another card. Flage is kind of the same as a Drain. But another card could just help me cast this from the graveyard in case there's like White Source Sweeper. I didn't find a basic swamp. But even a basic plains would kind of do stuff. I wonder what they're thinking is a good out with their command. No, you gotta blow up the Blood Moon, don't you? No, you don't blow up the Blood Moon. Really? Okay. I mean, they are dying, to be fair, and they are simply dying. Let's do the thing. This is always lethal. I can't stop it. Opponent is counting. Alright. It's funny, people count, you'd still think it's just faster to just block and then click the pass thing and let the damage go through instead of sitting there and counting it. Just like let the animation play. Oh. Great. Well. Yep. That is a massive mistake. I don't understand that. That was a massive mistake. I can't believe that just happened. Okay. That is colossal. To be fair, this itself isn't doing anything particularly crazy, but still a little bit of a mistake there. Okay. I don't really want to play Ugin. So I'll just play this. And start the clock again. Just like last time. Oh, yep. It's funny, this doesn't really, it just discounts by 1. I thought about playing this in mine, but I wanted to have more like relevant things for this, and this is just so cracked, you don't need to have it care about your commander at all. Beyond like tapping for 1 or whatever. Okay, let's do mana, let's do this. My opponent doesn't play the game of 4 mana sources a turn for the rest of the game. And I would also really enjoy leaving up Reprieve here. I don't really want to play these. I also don't really have to play those. But I will need more mana if I am going to lose Chandra as part of the approach idea. Alright, we did it. We did it. All we had to do was kill a Birds of Paradise and a 3-mana ramp spell that ramps for 1,000. And this was definitely a mistake. They would have made 2 pests, which would have been good for their commander, I suppose. I would rather see this every time instead of a Mana Dork. I do not care about my Mana Rock that much. Alright, unfortunately, they didn't play a 2-drop. They also just did not attack me. Kinda confused. Oh, okay, well, there's 2 of them now. Dragon. Why does it not... why does it, like, just not... I can do it, I promise. So, double Mana Rock? Right? Then lose to the blue-green deck because I got to untap and I can't ever play another card? If I draw land and they don't interact with me, maybe life is good. Until you reveal X lands. Sure. Alright, they interacted with me. Kind of upsetting. I don't have much I can do here that feels great. Yeah, I mean, that was probably my opportunity to do stuff. Which didn't do anything super significant. But hey, they didn't have the Mana Rock, or the Mana Dork, so can't be too upset. I like the spells this deck plays, but every time it like does the thing it wants to, it just feels like every other blue-green deck. It just does that thing with funny spells instead of like the slightly less funny ones. Which is a testament to the idea of blue-green. Like, you can just play absolutely goofy nonsense like this, and it just doesn't matter because you have blue-green cards in your deck. We're in no position to expect this game to last any longer, so we're gonna do this. Yes, sirree. Then we're gonna pass and cross our fingers that my opponent somehow has literally nothing. That is my only way to win this. I also noticed my opponents always have an X spell with this commander. Is there just that many X spells? Oh, they got they got crew fix. That's actually really funny. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Did I win? Did I win? That's not lethal. Oh, I won. No way. I actually won this. I think. I don't know what they could have. Well, they didn't do anything, so... Sweet! We did it! That is, pretty unlikely. I'm not gonna lie, but that's why you play to your outs. Oh no! Wait a minute. Oh no. Oh wait. I won't say out loud what is the problem here, but all right, they found out. They figured it out. I actually don't win. I can't stop the I can't stop Crewfix from blocking infinitely because it's indestructible. I'm 99% certain there's no winning here, then. Man, that's just so unfortunate. Randomly generated indestructible. Ugh, whatever. Alright. I'm not gonna cheese my opponent and rope it. It's just, they got me. That's just ridiculous. Come on, man. Whatever. Dash hopes. Thought I could beat a blue-green player. Thought I could do it. They just have to randomly generate an indestructible 4/7. Oh, that's so annoying. Whatever. There's like so few cards to like actually stop me. So few cards. Kind of ridiculous. Just take it on the chin. Move on. Do I not have Swords of Plowshares in here? Did I make a mistake? I might not have swords. Might have just been being a dummy this whole time. Wait. What are you doing? You should not spend the treasure to... Yeah, okay. Opponent did the right thing. It looked like they were going to remand or something. You don't... That makes no sense. And that is a reason why... Well, that's a way to win without your commander. I can't really do... Oh, wait, now we can. I found what I needed. I found it just in time. Well, we both have a commander that... actually, you know what? I would argue mine is better because it can at least lava axe them. My opponent's commander does ask a lot of questions. Hard to untap with that thing. Extremely hard. This card has been very good every time I've seen it. No need to... I'm not gonna tap out on... What, am I? No, I'm not. There. And then, am I gonna tap out? That seems preposterous. Wait a minute, let me think about this. I have such little respect for my opponent's commander that I will actually just play this here. No offense to my opponent, this doesn't tap for your commander. So if they have a spell, there's nothing I can do about it anyways. And that's really the only thing they could have that's impactful. And they do have one. I assume that means there's no counter spells in the deck, right? Because that would be a little weird. Also, it looks like Lightning Bolt will actually do something. They don't have a spell for that. Do I just Lightning Bolt it now? Yeah, I think so. No, I can just play a Surveil land, actually. Man, if that was like one card deeper, that would have been great. It's an actual Lorehold card. Kind of tragic. Yeah, alright, we'll do this. And we're just gonna swing. Is my respect that low that I would just cast this now? No, the clock is the same. So if the clock's the same and I want to leave up Get Lost Forever, then I'll do this. Here we go. I mean, I didn't have to do this, and now I can struggle against Mana Leak where I otherwise probably didn't have to. Okay. Yeah, sure. You got it. Really good first hit there. Well, they do have counter spells. They do have counter spells. With this is Cascade, right? Okay. Of course, they won't hit any counter spells. Why would they? Why would they do such a thing? Yep. This doesn't save them. I do need more. Wash Away was discarded. Maybe I could just Lava Axe him. Oh my goodness. That's kind of nutty. What did they do? 2 damage 10 times? That's just crazy. Wow. Okay. Look at that. I can't even beat Prismari. That's the first time I've lost to it. That is the first time I've ever lost to this card. That's so gross. Wow. Yeah, I mean, the power of this is nuts. It just doubles your mana. They got so much mana here. Yeah, this just spun so well. This spun so well. No, there's 10 of them. There's 10 of them. There's not 9. Yeah, this was just like impossibly good right here. They have literally counter spells, and you know, why would you? I gotta read this. Exile the top cards your library to total mana value, and then you may cast any number. Yeah. So it doesn't just hit counters; it can hit other things on top, but still, like, I don't know if these belong in the same deck, but if you just run extremely hot like this with these 2 cards that you actually did need, like they needed to hit exactly what they hit to win. Yeah, I mean, all right, that's probably my opponent's first win with that deck, unless that happens every game. I finally lost to Prismari, and all it took was me playing Lorehold. Okay, I'm over this. I'm done. I actually had a better go of it with this than I thought I would. And yeah, I did forget Swords to Plowshares. I got caught up talking about Oust. And I'm like, hey, Oust is actually kind of good. There's so many things that are 1, 2, 3 drops that you would really like to oust. So I actually do like Oust, but because of that, just entirely forgot about Swords to Plowshares. So I'm dumb. Also, you can probably play Farewell and not like feel bad that you're probably never naming Artifact, because you can still exile creatures and sometimes a graveyard, enchantments. So it still does enough, and a sweeper's fine. I said I didn't like Gilded Lotus. I don't like Inti. I did not like what this was doing, even in games where like it was doing the thing. I just wasn't feeling it. What else? The Ox, kind of the same. Wasn't really feeling this at all. I think maybe Flage is the only kind of exception to whatever this is trying to do. So I don't know if I like this. It is card draw, kind of like late game card draw that likely involves my commander. So I don't know. I like it more than Bedlam Reveler, I guess. Even though this is a Spells Matters commander, I think I I think I prefer that. But yeah, this commander's just not good. It took me playing something like this to finally lose to Prismari, the 7 mana, or the Izzet Strixhaven Elder Dragon with Ward pay 5 life. It literally took me to play this. It also took that player to have like the most insane improvisation capstone thing happen to actually win. Like it was not, and it was also like perfect mana wise, like 100% down the middle perfect. So it took in a obtuse amount to lose to Prismari, and we didn't do ourselves any favors by playing this. But that's what it takes. I can make this more spell heavy, but again, you know, looking at spells, like, oh, this spell's good in that one scenario, but that scenario only applies when your commander's in play, and also you hit that card in a red-white deck that has absolutely no consistent way to put any one thing on the top of the deck. Maybe there's one or two cards I'm not thinking of, but for the most part, I'm pretty sure there is not consistent ways to put important things on top and have those things then matter. You can put them to the bottom of your deck with like Valakut Awakening and whatnot, but you can't really brainstorm with this. Sensei's Divining Top would be real nice. Urza's Saga, Sensei's Divining Top, and whatnot, but you just don't have those things. I mean, I actually got some Approach the Second Sun threats, which was kind of surprising. When your deck has this as a threat, you know you're deep in the weeds, but I like any deck that does that. This does feel like if you took this out of the command zone and put Quintarius in its spot, your deck would just probably be better without changing a single card. Oh, the 5 mana Quintarius? Probably not the 4 mana one, the new one. Maybe different enough, but yeah, this just feels rough. I'm pretty sure Tajik is like bracket 5. So if I did this, you'd have a very different league of opponents. But I mean, that's what we set out here to do. Yeah, I mean, I saw other lists online and stuff, and the spell slingy stuff is so incredibly random. You're not going to find the cards you want when you want. You have to immediately cast them. You can't just wait if you want the miracle to matter. I did like Monument, so maybe Artisan's Talent and some other kind of draw, discard, loot nonsense is somewhat interesting, but you have to have your commander in play for that to matter, and this doesn't have any evasion at all. It's just sitting there. It doesn't have Ward 2, it has Miracle 2. So it really does feel like a Lava Axe, which is fine, I guess. I don't find myself doing a bunch of damage over the course of a game outside of this, so you kind of have the Lava Axe 5 times or whatever. But you can get there with some of the creatures and whatnot. And again, Tajik, a solo threat, a Johnny, somewhat of a solo threat, probably always worth playing. I don't think I like Kaimil. I just put it in here because it seemed fitting thematically, but I don't think I like it here that much. It is a weird card. I always was a bit confused why it doesn't protect itself. It only protects every other spell, and you're trying to like cast a 6 mana sorcery speed spell so that the rest of the things you do are uncounterable. Seems hopeful, but you know, I still see that card plenty. Ugin was nuts. That's another one card win the game thing. I don't have colorless in droves enough to where'd it go? There it is. To actually win with the madness of this, but I can reasonably cast this for 12. You could probably put a sneak attack package in this deck and even play the other slightly worse sneak attacks and just have that kind of thing going on in this deck. I think that's reasonable. We are leaning heavier and heavier into gamble, but that's fine. You know, you're a red-white deck and you're just playing to your outs. I did get someone with a Blood Moon, right? That's nice. Winter Moon actually would have been pretty good in this deck too, against what I saw, more or less. So what if I ran that instead of Emrakul? Just a relevant thing. You can accommodate Winter Moon more than probably I am, with just the amount of non-basic lands in here. Probably, but we have so many mana rocks, it probably doesn't matter that much. But yeah, this is like Boros mid-range with sometimes you hit a ridiculous top-end spell. If you ever draw the spell, you're kind of just totally screwed too. Like I drew this a few times and it's just sitting in my hand and I can't really do anything. That's it. I just can't cast it, right? Like I can kind of cast it out of my hand later. If my commander's in play, it does cost, what is that, 7? So like that's kind of neat, I guess. I suppose you'd also have to actually have a target for that and whatnot. Another annoying thing is when you loot the first time, if you just tapped out to cast this and swing and you loot, that first trigger, you actually can't miracle because you're tapped out. So you can't really loot the turn you cast this unless you have more mana floating. And if you have more mana floating, why didn't you just hard cast the 7 mana spell out of your hand instead of like hoping it's on top? I don't know. I'm sure there's a way, and 99% of people interested in this commander are probably going to be doing this, which is just a ton of spells, and you do not care what happens. You're just sending it. And that's fine, right? That's probably the way to go if you want this to matter more. It does make your deck more vulnerable to doing nothing because you'd have to make room for all of that funny, goofy nonsense. And that probably involves, excuse me, probably involves removing mana rocks and stuff. So then it just gets harder to cast this and also all the funny spells that you put in your deck. So you have to make room for all of those spells that might not do anything. Maybe there's like a burn spell package, but you could just cast the burn spells full retail. I looked at all the mayhem cards and the, what is it? Madness. And I don't like any of my options there. The escape cards seem like the best bet when it comes to draw discard. You can run Faithless Looting just to get rid of the dead giant things in your hand that you have now lost the ability to miracle. But this is a really cool thematic commander. I like what it does. It's just doing something that this format does not care about and also does not have the tools to do that thing. They're just not there. There's 1 or 2 spells, I think I talked about in the beginning, that are probably worth considering as instants and or sorceries. One of which, I mean, Farewell is a good thing to do, I guess. But the super notable one, I think I talked about in the beginning. It's like exile the top 10 cards of your life. Why is this? Oh, that's not a mythic. Wait, is it I thought it was a 6-drop. Is it not a 6-drop? Oh no, there it is. Excuse me. No, it's a 10-drop. What am I talking about? It's the red Omniscience, I guess. Like this is the one thing that I would put in this deck if I had it and I could hit it and it could matter. It could also just not matter. And if you again ever draw it, you're just kind of screwed. You can play Mizzix's Mastery and the new card Flashback, which, surprise, surprise, gives the card Flashback. So you could play this from the graveyard, and that means the looting is less painful. You can scam some. This is a mythic too, I think. Yes, of course it is. You can scam some people with Insurrection. Most of the time, you're not gonna get them good, but sometimes you can. No one is ever going to expect you to have this. So, and it's even more funny when you do it on your opponent's turn, but I suppose that's not a great idea, like, until the end step, because they get them back. So yeah, on the end step, you could do this and then have them for that turn cycle, because you don't have to cast the miracle card immediately, right? I know it's kind of sad after playing this long and I don't even know if you have to miracle instantly. As far as I'm aware, you have to miracle immediately, so actually that doesn't work. Yeah, you can't end step that. You have to reveal it and then cast it right then and there. So Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You can't. You can't do that. Never mind. You just have to miracle it on your turn, which is still fine. It's still doing what you want it to do. It's just less funny. This is a cool one, I guess. Not really. I don't know, man. I'm looking at just sixes and up. I'm not looking at the fives or fours. Again, I'm sure there's plenty of funny stuff to do there. I didn't ever get to cast the improvisation. I really wish I did, but I just didn't. Portal, I think, was good once or twice. This could just be. Well, I mean, if I were to upload this list, I guess, whoop, there you go. This is more on theme. Now that I'm done playing, I can do that, I suppose. But yeah, it's just not there. But that's fine. Not every commander is crazy. And I still had really good games because the commanders it pitted me against, assuming the new matchmaking system had anything to do with it, I saw commanders that I felt like I still could play against. It wasn't just Rofellos 7 times in a row, and I can't do anything, right? So that is really nice. Fan of that. But yeah, more early burn would have maybe been nice, like Chain Lightning, all the instant speed 2 damage shock things, Unholy Heat, and the other Unholy Heat that deals 3. Those are probably fine. I think more board wipes are probably fine. Yeah, I mean that's it. It's a Boros. Sometimes it really puts the miracle in miracle. It really does. It's a rough one, but I try my best. So let me know what you thought about it. Like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.